Okay, in the last video, we looked at one that had a leading coefficient of 1, but now let's try one that does not have a leading coefficient of 1. So our number in the front is not going to be 1 this time. So when we go to do this one, to get a 3x squared, we have to figure out all the ways to get a 3. Okay, now before, we knew we needed an x, so we put an x in the front. But this time we have a number as well. We have a 3. Now, fortunately, there's only one way to get a 3. It's 3 times 1. So I'm going to put 3x here and 1x here. Okay, now if this had been a 6, then we'd have to do 1 times 6 and 2 times 3. We would have to include both of those. Okay, but since 3, there's only one way to get it. We only need to do that once. Now let's make our list of all the factors of positive 28. So 1 times 28, negative 1, negative 28. 2 goes into it. It's 2 times 14, negative 2, negative 14. 3 does not go into that. When you add that, you get 10. 3 won't go into 10, so we know 3 doesn't work. 4 does. It's going to be 4 times 7 or negative 4 times negative 7. 5 is in between there. 5 won't go into 28, and 6 won't go into 28. So there's no numbers left in between to try. We have everything that we need. So now let's look at our list. We can't just say, hey, what adds to negative 20? We have to do some putting it in there and checking it. Okay, so we have to try all of these numbers. Now we do know we need a negative in the middle, right? And to get a negative, we can't get a negative with positives. When we add those up, those are not going to give us a negative in the middle, okay? So we know we're going to have to try these 3 things, and I believe they did that on the next slide. Let's see. Yes, so they did negative 1, negative 28, and if that doesn't work, you flip them around, and you try negative 8, 28, negative 1. Then they did negative 2, negative 14. If that doesn't work, you flip them around, you try negative 14, negative 2. Then they tried negative 4, negative 7, and negative 7, negative 4. Now let's look and see what they got. Okay, so on this one, when we look at it, we're looking for a negative 20x in the middle. So my outside was a negative 84x, my inside negative 1, that's negative 85. Didn't work. Outside negative 3, inside negative 28, that adds to negative 31. Didn't work. Outside, that one gives me a negative 42. Inside negative 2, that adds to negative 4, or excuse me, negative 44. So that didn't work. On this one, 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Negative 14 times 1 is negative 14. There's the one that adds to the negative 20 in the middle. And you can see they checked both of these. This one is negative 25x. This one is negative 19x. So the one that gave us that negative 20x in the middle right here would be this one. And that can be written as 3x minus 14 times x minus 2, or x minus 2 times 3x minus 14.